Hey guys, nice to see you again. I know you're all clamoring for part 2 of the gold headset review with the app and the FAQs and everything else. It is coming tomorrow, which is Thursday. I filmed most of it, but I got to edit it together, and I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't had nearly enough caffeine today to make that happen. I work really early mornings into the afternoon, so most of my work for the channel is done in mid to late afternoon, and then I've got a couple hours to kind of relax, and then back to bed I go. So I know you guys have been patient, and I appreciate that. It's coming. And so here I want to actually talk about the Vita 2000 that's coming out here. Vita Slim, whatever you want to call it, it's coming out in the States. I think we all knew that it was coming. I think it was just a matter of time. When they released the information, they announced it at the TGS last year, Tokyo Game Show, which is kind of like the Tokyo version of one of our game cons here in the States. And everybody was just a flutter like, ooh, a new Vita. And at first, everything seemed great, because you look at the Vita now, yeah, I have one. It's a great little machine. But on the new one, these buttons, I like how these are like small but very clicky, but the new one has slightly larger buttons and they're more curved, which is good or bad depending upon how you play. Me, I like them small, easy, I can play by feel, I like that. They haven't changed the sticks at all as far as I can tell. The start and select buttons are more raised, which again is good depending on how you play, but the whole reason they work here is that they're flush with the chassis, so you can't slip off and accidentally touch them. So I don't know why they went that route. Same thing with the PS button. D-pad is pretty much the same. It might be a little bigger, but I doubt it. Screen is the same size, except this is an OLED versus that's an LCD. Kind of like the difference between the two is kind of like a difference between, in say 2006, a high-end plasma and a mid-range LCD before there was LED. Okay, I'm saying by comparison, just because the OLED has such a great display on it. An LCD, although very, very good these days, it isn't quite as good. Now, for most people, are they really going to notice a difference? Probably not. But if you're a Vita owner and you've got the original version of the Vita like I have, and you're used to the OLED, you're probably going to notice a difference for a while. But on a long enough timeline, none of us are really going to care. It's a Vita. These things are great. People don't play them enough. If you have a PlayStation Plus subscription, and you're not at least activating your licenses for Vita games, even if you don't have any plans to get a Vita, you better start. You're like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? All that means is that when you go to the online store, the Sony PlayStation Store, through a browser, okay, you just fill your cart full of instant game collection games from the PlayStation Plus and complete the purchase, and then you've activated the license. So even if they rotate it out of the IGC, no matter what system it's on, you can download it to that system whenever. Those of you that have a Vita and a PS3 but don't have a PS4 yet, you better be grabbing those PS4 games off of the Instant Game Collection, because they're rotating them out every month. They'll miss out on this shit. And if I'm the first person to tell you this, I'm sorry. But please take advantage of PlayStation Plus while it's here. It's a great service. So yeah, the Vita, it's slimmer. The screen, the LCD screen, is supposed to give it a better battery life, which is not a bad thing. Although I've never had an issue with the battery life before, so I don't know. Granted, I've never been the handheld guy to walk around and fucking just walk around and play games. That's not how I do it. When I had a Game Boy in the 90s, even then, I had a battery pack. And Nintendo was fun. The battery pack was about that big. And it had a belt clip on it so you could carry it with you, because they knew that they was going to be unruly, right? So you'd plug it into the side of your Game Boy, I should be humming a Tetris theme, but whatever. Yeah, so somewhere along the way, I just got used to playing Game Boy in my living room, plugged into the wall because I had the AC adapter. So I just stopped with the idea of portable gaming. I've never had a portable gaming system past the original Game Boy. I've got lots of Game Boy games, but I've never had anything to play them on other than the Game Boy player on the GameCube. So I just never really went the portable gaming route. So when I got my phone just won't leave me alone today. So when it came time, to get a Vita, it was like it just didn't make a lot of sense to me at the time. As far as I didn't see myself going around playing games. And I swear to Godzilla, everywhere that I've gone to play the Vita, like knowing I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be out about, and I'll have time to play. Whatever I thought was going to take an hour took like 10 minutes. I don't have any time to play it. So I do most of my Vita gaming right here. So things like longer battery life, a lighter system, all these other things, I don't care. And the price point doesn't seem to be much lower than it was. So I don't see any advantage to this new model at all. I don't. There's nothing wrong with the Vita that's out in the market right now. And I got a really good deal on the one that I got, so I'm not going to sit here and say it's some kind of like weird buyer's remorse where, they're going to get it cheaper. I got mine for $200, and I got one of the Instant Game Collection ones, which, as you probably know, includes a year of PlayStation Plus in there, so for all intents and purposes, I got the thing for $150 in October. You can't beat that. So it's not that I'm, jealous of the new one coming out or something like that. I think it just boils down to I don't see a need for it. I think that they should be taking all the money that they're funneling into the marketing of this thing, the R&D on this thing, and churn out some really good AAA titles. More than they've got now. They've got good ones now with like Uncharted and God of War and Killzone Mercenary and things like that.
That information
There's
is not on file.
Great games. But they just need more. And I just think about all the marketing that they're probably doing for this, and I just go, just finish a game or two. But speaking of God of War and AAA games, Borderlands 2 is going to be is being ported to the Vita and is going to be bundled with the system when it comes out in North America. And the God of War collection is coming out either the same week or like a week or two after that, which I am getting. I have all the God of Wars for PS3 except for the newest one, which is going to be on something. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking something else. Like, it's been rumored to be on PlayStation Now, so I said, well, I'll play that one when PlayStation Now comes out if it's on there. See, I'm getting all my news confused. Confused. That was bad fun. Sorry, guys. But the short version of all that being that Borderlands 2 is coming to the Vita, and God of War Collection is coming to the Vita, and they're doing the new Slim Vita. All this is good. I mean, no matter how much we may want to complain about them being ports, and a lot of Vita owners complain that a good port is still only a port, and I have to agree with them to some point. The only argument that I have there is that there are some people, even with the Vita, that prefer portable gaming, and they appreciate the ports in as much as they don't have any plans to play those games otherwise. So it's good for them. And for someone that doesn't yet have a Vita, maybe never bought the God of War collection, or maybe never got into Borderlands 2 but wanted to give it a try, those could be system sellers. It's a step in the right direction. It's just, we don't know. I've watched people argue and fight over whether or not the Vita is going places or not, or whether it's doomed to be a remote play device for the PS4 in terms of the public consciousness, and only time's going to tell. In that regard, it works excellent, whether you're at home or you're at a Starbucks. It is amazing. Yes, for those of you that haven't caught on yet, you can remote play with the Vita remotely. Like, you can be anywhere else, and it works. and pretty damn good as long as you have a consistent upload speed at home. Meaning DSL users will probably be okay with it. So, but the concern is like a real game. Is there going to be a decent game out there for it? Could these be the sellers? I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, what kinds of games need to come to the Vita? You know, if you were in charge of Sony right now, what game would you be developing for the Vita as a killer app? Would you be porting more and more games? Would you be pushing PS Now as the system seller? Or is there a game yet to be made that you think would be really cool? You know, something that really uses all the features and isn't necessarily a quirky game like Tearaway. I don't know. Maybe you do. Tell me right there. And the more you guys discuss this stuff, the faster and easier it will be to pass the time until the Part 2 review of the PlayStation Gold headsets coming out tomorrow. Keep on grinding, guys. Later.